Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Happy 4th of July. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. It was 247 years ago on a sweltering summer day in Philadelphia that 56 men began gathering at the State House to declare complete independence from Britain. They were well-read men, educated in multiple philosophies, honed by personal experiences under tyrannical kings and those who served them. The strong words inscribed on the parchment in front of them declaring liberty and freedom severed ties with the most powerful nation on earth and set forth an aspirational blueprint for those who came afterwards to achieve. Upon signing their names to the document, Benjamin Franklin said, "We must all hang together, or assuredly we will all hang separately." One was betrayed by a neighbor before his signature dried. 5 were captured and brutally tortured. 9 signers died in combat. 2 lost sons. A dozen had their homes pillaged and burned, and 17 lost everything they owned, but hang together they did, never selling each other out, denouncing the words or the dream on that document that started one of mankind's greatest experiments. Happy 4th of July, friends. I hope you spend time with your families today, because I tell you what, today's a great day to spend time with family. Give them a hug, love them up, show them your appreciation. Did you know that Thomas Jefferson was the main author of the Declaration of Independence? It's true. There were 4 others on the drafting committee: Roger Sherman, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and Robert Livingston. John Hancock was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence, likely because he was the president of the Congress at the time. He signed in a large hand at the center of the document, according to the National Archives. His bold signature is where we get the phrase, "put your John Hancock," and when we're referring to a signature. You know something I also know about John Hancock's signature? It was malevolent. He was giving the finger to the king, and he wanted his signature to be the biggest on the document, and I'd heard that is historically accurate. Independence Day should have been celebrated on July 2nd, 1776. Now, although the document was dated July 4th, Congress actually voted for independence from Great Britain 2 days prior on July 2nd, 1776. It apparently wasn't signed by everyone until a month later on August 2nd, 1776. Go figure. John Adams wrote a letter to his wife about how memorable Independence Day would be in American history. He was obviously right. In his letter, he said the day should be celebrated with parades, bonfires, and fireworks. Sounds pretty accurate, right? But he thought it was celebrated on the wrong day as well. In fact, he was known to turn down invitations to 4th of July celebrations in protest. In his correspondence to his wife, Abigail Adams, he only referred to Independence Day as July 2nd. The Pennsylvania Evening Post was the first newspaper to print the Declaration. It came out in the newspaper on July 6th, 1776, for everyone to see, after a local printer named John Dunlap produced copies of the Declaration's manuscript. An estimated 2.5 million people lived in the nation in July 1776. As of July 2021, about 331 million people live in the U.S. 3 presidents who signed the Declaration of Independence died on July 4th. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson both died on the 4th of July in 1826, on the 50th anniversary of the country's independence. James Monroe died 5 years later on July 4th, 1831. The Liberty Bell rings 13 times every Independence Day to honor the 13 original states. Descendants of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence tap the bell, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at 2 p.m. Eastern Time every 4th of July. Independence Day was once celebrated on July 5th. The holiday fell on a Sunday in 1779, so the country celebrated on July 5th instead. Unbelievable. And the very first 4th of July fireworks show took place in Philadelphia in 1777. Fireworks, cannons, and bells all went off in honor of the 13 states. Much like modern celebrations, they even had a dinner and parade for the Declaration of Independence first anniversary. It's kind of cool. U.S. soldiers got a special treat on the 4th of July in 1778. George Washington helped the troops celebrate by allowing them a double ration of rum, according to Live Science. Americans spend over $1 billion on fireworks every year. According to the American Pyrotechnics Association, the numbers continue to go up every year. The biggest celebration is the Macy's 4th of July fireworks show, which takes over 8,000 hours to prepare for. That's awesome. 4th of July sales have been a thing for a while. According to Live Science, it was seen as unpatriotic if you kept your business open on Independence Day before the Civil War. But after the Civil War, restaurants and stores started having sales on red, white, and blue merchandise, and they've continued ever since. There are 33 places in the United States with the word liberty in their names. According to the U.S. Census, 4 of them are counties in Georgia, Florida, Montana, and Texas have a Liberty County. Calvin Coolidge was the only president born on the 4th of July. That probably helped his presidential campaign, right? It didn't become a federal holiday until 1870. It took nearly 100 years for it to be recognized as such, but when it finally happened, it was up in the ranks with Christmas and a few other holidays. I think 4th of July is one of the more popular because kids like to shoot off fireworks, right? The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were both signed in Philadelphia. The Constitution was signed in September of 1787, a little over 11 years after the Declaration of Independence. While both are important to U.S. history, they are totally separate documents with different meanings, right? Thomas Jefferson believed that a new Constitution should be written every 19 years. In a letter to James Madison, he asked if one generation of men has the right to bind another, saying that otherwise the lands would belong to the dead and not the living, which would be the reverse of our principle. You might have an idea. And finally, our last fact for the day before we go out and spend time with our families. Did you know that Americans eat around 150 million hot dogs every Independence Day? That's right. According to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, which they call peak hot dog season, Americans consume around 7 billion hot dogs. That means that 818 are being consumed every second of every day. Producers estimate that during July, which is designated as National Hot Dog Month, 10% of annual retail hot dog sales occur. And that's a lot of hot dogs. I got some bad news for the hot dog industry. The Vandergraph family does not eat hot dogs. We eat meat, but we don't eat that kind of meat. So this is a fantastic holiday. I'm really hoping you have a wonderful day with your family and friends. You know what? Remember what I always say on holidays like this. When you're going to go out and spend time with family and friends, bring forgiveness with you. No matter what transgressions or what's occurred between you and family or friends, let's let sleeping dogs lie. Let's have a great day. Let's forgive. Sometimes when people have done wrong or done something in the past, if you are just to approach them and just move on, they'll probably move on too. And you can have a wonderful day and maybe rekindle some old friendships and, live a little bit better of a life with some people in your life again that you may have lost as a result of circumstances or issues. I know things happen in families, but we forgive and we love each other, right? So do me a favor, just try your best today, okay? I believe in you. I care about you. I know you can do it. Have a wonderful day, friends. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll have some great stuff, and we'll have a wonderful day, okay? Take care. Happy 4th of July.